Today, we'll be looking at one of those common challenges in maths exams. We'll see how to solve a system of three equations with three variables. That said, let's get into class. Here we have a system of three linear equations, and I want us to use substitution method to solve them. There are other methods like elimination method. For this lesson, I'll use substitution method. Let's name the equations first. This is equation 1, equation 2, and let's tag this equation 3. Let's pick equation 1, and from equation 1, let's make x the subject of the formula. I want to make x the subject of the formula. In case you missed our lesson where we treated subject of the formula, please do not hesitate to check a link here. We've placed a link here for your convenience so that you can access a lesson on subject of the formula. So that from equation 1, x now be equals to 4 minus 2y minus z. We're going to substitute for x in equation 2. So that my equation 2 now becomes 3 into 4 minus 2y minus z minus 4 minus 2z is equals to 2. So that 3 times 4, that's 12, minus 6y, I'm opening this bracket, minus 3z minus 4y minus 2z is equals to 2. Obviously, 12 minus, let's now collect like terms, 6y and minus 4y. It becomes minus 10y. Minus 3z and minus 2z becomes minus 5z is equals to 2. So that minus 10y minus 5z is the same thing as 2 minus 12. So that minus 10y minus 5z is the same thing as minus 10. Let's call this equation 4. Let's call this equation 4. Substitute for x in equation 3. So that in equation 3, I should come up with 5. In place of x, I'll have 4 minus 2y minus z plus 3y plus 5z is equals to minus 1. Let's open the bracket so that I'll come up with 20 minus 10y minus 5z plus 3y plus 5z is equals to minus 1. Let's collect like terms. I'll have 20, minus 10y plus 3y. That's obviously minus 7y. I have minus 5z and plus z. That's going to be 0 because plus and minus would give way for each other, and this will be equals to minus 1. Obviously, minus 7y is the same thing as minus 1. 20 goes to the other side, collecting like terms still, minus 20. So that minus 7y is the same thing as minus 21. This implies that my y dividing both sides by 7 is the same thing as 21 over 7. Minus will definitely cancel minus. So that y is equals to 3. Now we have established that y is equals to 3. Now substitute for y. Let's now pick an equation and substitute for y. Look at equation 4. Here we see equation 4 here. Equation 4 says that minus 10y minus 5z is equals to minus 10. In place of y, we have 3. That means minus 10 now into 3 minus 5z is equals to minus 10. So I can conclude that this is minus 30 minus 5z is equals to minus 10. Minus 5z obviously is the same thing as minus 10 plus 30. So that minus 5z will be the same thing as 20. Minus 10 plus 30 is 20. I will divide both sides by minus 5. Divide this side also by what? Minus 5. Obviously, this tells me that my z is equals to minus 4. Now, we have established that y is the same thing as 3, and also that z is the same thing as minus 4. Now, we can now use our equation for x to deduce value of x. Now, x in this equation, say is the same thing as 4 minus 2y minus z. That's 4 minus 2y minus z. So that x now will be the same thing as 4 minus 2. We said y is equals to 3. Just establish that fact. We said y is equals to 3. We said z is equals to minus 4. So that my minus 2 now will be into 3 minus z we say is equals to minus 4. That means I have minus 4 here. So that x will be the same thing as 4 minus 2 times 3, that's 6. Minus times minus here becomes plus, that's plus 4. So I'm having 4 plus 4, that's 8 minus 6, which is equals to 2. So that conclusively, we can say that for a set of linear equation, for this set of linear equation containing 3 different variables, we can conclude that our y is 3, z is minus 4, that is x is equals to 2, y is equals to 3, and z is equals to minus 4. Thank you for staying with us. In our next lesson, we're seeing how to solve this same equation using matrices. To ensure you get our lesson when we create them, please do not hesitate to hit the subscribe button and also the notification bell. Thank you and see you in our next class.